What's up, guys? Dr. Mo here, digital nomad physician at digitalnomadphysician.com. All right, so wanted to update you on how things are going. Now, I've told you guys that I'm rebranding my virtual medical practice. In a lot of ways, I'm changing things around. So, for example, one of the things that I was doing before is charge a lower monthly rate to sort of be in that space of direct primary care, but at the same time, I'm realizing that space is a little bit is not exactly the kind of patients that I want. So over these past few years that I've collected some patients and I've had some conversation, I'm realizing that the kind of people that I'm actually interested in, the kind of people that are interested in me, they play in a higher field. They play in a higher price bracket, which means that I have to raise my prices. To raise my prices, I also have to demonstrate the kind of value that I'm bringing. And that's going to take a couple of years probably to tease out, to figure out, to find my voice in that. You know, I found my voice here with my digital nomad physician brand, but it's going to take some time for me to find that voice in my digital nomad health brand. So a couple of things that I'm considering is renaming, so just changing the name a little bit. And that's not going to change too much, obviously. Changing a name is super easy. Everyone's freaked out about that, but there are many established ways of changing your name and keeping everything the same, including the website, etc. Other things that I'm considering is just creating a different workflow for my patients and also the way I market. Of course, setting the price already sends a very important message to your customers, to your clients, to your patients. You know, if this guy is charging $500 a month versus this other guy who's charging $100 a month versus this other guy who's charging $10,000 a month, then I need to be able to fully understand why I'm paying this price difference. One thing to consider when you're setting your price, things that I've learned, is a certain price point attracts a certain type of customer. So when you have a price point that's very low at $20 a month or $100 a month, you're going to get the kind of person that probably is accustomed to shopping for bargains. And you can imagine that kind of person and the kind of interaction that you're going to have. There's going to be some predictability in that. For example, the kind of urgent care that doesn't list the name of the physician that's there is going to attract a certain type of clientele. Somebody who's like, I just need a clinic that's going to give me the medicine that I want. So I'm just going to walk into that urgent care. I don't know who works there. I don't know who they are. Okay, maybe I'll read some Yelp reviews. Maybe I'll check out some Google reviews. But when I click on the website, there's no name of any physician that works there. And then there's another caliber of patient who is paying more, whether they can afford it or not. They're paying more. Obviously, most people can. And they expect a little bit more. So they want a higher touch point of care. They want to know the name of the physician or PA or NP that's working in that clinic, and they're going to research that. And based on that, they're going to make the decision if that's what they're going to pay for. So that's a different caliber patient, and they have certain expectations. Oftentimes, these are individuals who come in with a very specific health goal, and they have their own understanding of what health is. Right? They don't subscribe to the mainstream health system. So that's something you have to be okay with. If you're somebody who basically just gives antibiotics for every single cold, or if you do an ACL repair for every torn ACL, you're just not going to do well in this setting, because these are people who already have a higher health literacy. So that's the first one we talked about. This was the second one we talked about. And I think the third one is sort of this higher echelon of patients who, you know, when you're making $10 million a year, $100 million a year, and of course, to many of you listening to this, this might be an extreme amount of money, but it's really not. I mean, I live in Southern California. There are multiple multi-billionaires and thousands of multi-millionaires who live here, who routinely make a lot of money. What they have is a lot of money. What they don't have is a lot of time. Not that they work any harder than the rest of us, but the time that they could put in, they usually prefer to put into their business because it just results in more financial success for them. So they're likely not going to go spend a lot of time researching things. They're going to research a lot. So they're probably spending their time not watching as much Netflix. They're probably watching a little bit more health-related stuff, business-related stuff. And I'm generalizing. But these kind of individuals are not even going to look at a physician who's charging less than $500 an hour. They're not even going to look at a physician who's charging less than $5,000 a month for their services, because they know it's going to be a waste of their time. They need somebody who has their shit together, who's got actionable plans, who has a pre-figured out program that they can enter in. They know exactly what they're getting, and they know that this physician will know how to interact with them, because this person is going to want to be interacted with very differently. They're going to want to say, I researched the shit out of you, and now I'm going to trust you. So now you need to do what you promised and deliver on that promise. Some people might think that's very demanding and that's very frustrating. I don't think that's the case. The people that I've worked with in that upper echelon, let's say, are not any more problematic than the ones in the very low end of the spectrum. So decide where you want to be, and your price point is going to send that message. And that's what I'm kind of recognizing right now with my practice. So I need to decide, where I'm going to fall in this. And it's a trial and error. There's nothing wrong with offering all of these price points. Now, there was another YouTube video and podcast that I've done about price points and price levels. When you can have these three different price levels, and you can choose which of these patients you're going to take. In fact, you can dabble in both, or all of the different price levels. But the price points are important as well, because even that client, let's say the upper echelon client, they might see something. Look, we got the $10,000 a month package, we got the $5,000 a month package, and we got the $1,500 a month package. They're not even going to bother with the $1,500. They know they're going to have to pick between these top two. And the top price, the $10,000 a month, is usually what we call a price anchor. So you're just trying to get the person to choose the $5,000 a month price point. You're not tricking anybody. You're just saying that in the $1,500 a month, you get 3 visits with me a year. We go over entire health history, very thorough, everything else. In the middle one, for $5,000 a month, we are going to do everything in the first column, the $1,500 a month column, but you get unlimited access to me. You can text me at any time, and we can have multiple sessions. In this last one, for $10,000 a month, I include full health screening with MRIs and liquid biopsies, or whatever it is that you are interested in. For me, it might just be very extensive risk stratification, risk scoring, and coming up with an intensive plan of getting that done. So we meet twice a month for an hour each time, and we have certain goals that we're going to meet. And this price includes all of that. So it's kind of the VIP level, right? You can say the intro level, the advanced level, and the VIP or master's level. And so those are the different price categories that you can create to help your client then choose. And again, usually you create these three because you want to sell the most in the middle category. And now you might sell some in the lower category, so be prepared for that. But obviously, most of the time you won't. That's the nature of these kind of price points. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, but this is sort of the things that I'm figuring out. And some of it is going to be mostly creating content. For me, I know when I create content, it solidifies my message, and I can better understand what it is that I need to deliver to the customer, to my patient, because I also get feedback from them, right? They come on my website, they leave a comment, they send me an email, they hop on a phone call, I do a discovery call for 15 minutes for free. And then I realize, wow, that's the need that people have. Great. Maybe that's where I want to position myself. All right, guys, if you have any questions, go to digitalnomadphysician.com. If you want to consult me, digitalnomadphysician.com/consult. My hourly rate is posted there. I have availabilities, not a lot these days, not a lot of availabilities, but if I'm available, I'd love to chat with you. And you can also email me directly, drmo@digitalnomadphysician.com. Take care.